Thank you very much for that welcome. Can I just add my welcome and note our thanks to the Government of the Philippines and to APEC in the Philippines and to ABAC in the Philippines for the arrangements that we have here today. It's a very nice place to be. It would be very nice to be outside. But that's not to be. As the Undersecretary's noted, we've got a very important agenda. Could I just comment on two things? First is the history of this APEC dialogue, and this is the third session to be held in the Philippines, the first being in 2011. The purpose of APIP is to seek to reduce the asymmetry that exists in infrastructure knowledge and application between the public sector and the private sector. We certainly had observed from the private sector point of view that the private sector often had knowledge and information which was very relevant to the public sector, but for competitive reasons, this knowledge did not become available for the more efficient pursuit of infrastructure projects. Similarly, the public sector was often constrained by policy issues, political issues, and so on, to which the private sector did not give full credit. And so we evolved this proposal for a frank and confidential discussion between the public sector and the private sector to improve the efficiency and effectiveness of the whole process of private financing of infrastructure in all our interests. I think the fact that there has been a requirement for this is underlined by the fact that this is our third meeting here, and we thank you for being invited back. Just before I conclude and we get on to the serious matters, I would like to note that in the sessions this morning, we had a presentation on the Philippine PPP agenda, and in the context of the overall progress that the Philippines has made very much in the whole infrastructure area over the last several years, we noted that very impressive progress has been made. And so it's with considerable pleasure that we're here, because we've advanced from some pretty rudimentary concepts and we're now moving into the frontier areas of particularly urban infrastructure development and financing. So thank you very much for the invitation. We look forward to the dialogue.
Thank you, Mark, and thank you, Undersecretary Hill. For our first session, we will discuss emerging trends and issues on urban infrastructure and development. Just to set the tone for this afternoon's discussions, we have invited Ms. Tatiana Gallego-Lizon, Director of Urban Development and Water Division of the Southeast Asia Department of the Asian Development Bank, to provide such a presentation on where the region stands on these issues. Tatiana.